How excited have you been to welcome people here and show them around, having been on the journey from start to, well, now nearly the finish?
Yeah, I think a lot of the Lanc staff, it's great for them to see it. You know, there's a few of the exec here as well, but the wider team, it's at the forefront of a lot of our meeting agendas over the last 12 months. And I'm actually really looking forward to the cricket staff coming on Wednesday. Now that it's easier to get in and out the site because the contractors are off site, I'm bringing up the cricket staff on Wednesday for them to see it as well, because they've all been very interested in it. And I'm going back to Emirates Old Trafford the whole time saying, it's going to be great for us, and they'll see it for their own eyes on Wednesday.
It's no longer your little secret. You're no longer keeping it to yourself.
A little bit like that, yeah. I mean, when the contractors are on site, it's been a little bit more difficult. So now that we're in charge and we can sort of come when we want, really, there's a few staff who live very close to here, so I think they'll be very interested in seeing it.
How important will it be for everyone involved for it to feel like the second home it's going to be? To feel like like it is a base for the club.
Yeah, I think we would still have Emirates Old Trafford. We will still term that as our home. But I think as time goes on, people will get very comfortable here. You see for yourself, it's a nice site to be at, isn't it? It feels like a nice environment. So I think we will find that people enjoy coming here. It's quite accessible for a lot of people, for all the people who live north of Manchester, and the guys who've been travelling from the Fylde coast. And like I said, we've got a few coaches and players that live very close to here. So I think it will start to feel maybe not like home, but definitely a second home. And we're excited to see all the other things that are going to take place here.
Can it be a foundation for longer term success? Look to the future and think we've got this edge.
I'd hope so, yeah, absolutely. There are certainly things that I can steer towards that I think will make a big difference with that. We're in control of our facilities. We'll be able to drive a higher volume of traffic through this site, whether it's our professional teams, our second teams, our academies, our pathways. We will operate the site, won't we? So we're in a little bit more control over of how things run here, and also the quality of the facilities here. So we'll move towards a model where we're trying to maximise our output from it, and getting certainly younger players on improved facilities helps them become better cricketers, in my view. So that hopefully in time we will see that start to have a real impact for us.
How's it going to impact, obviously, using outfield grounds? You still have that commitment to play so many games, even though you've got this as well?
Yeah, I think we'll need it. This will be a transition, won't it, of how much cricket we can play here. Obviously, it's going to be a priority for us, but at the same time, we're hugely grateful for the club network that supports Lancashire programmes, not just at first team levels with the men and women's teams, but right across the pathways. We deliver over 150 pathway games, so we need the help and support of clubs. We will continue to need that, even with a great site like this. So, whether it's the Southports or the Blackpools or the Sedberghs or the Liverpools or all the other clubs that support us, we will still be tapping into that network, I'm sure.
And just on the cricket side, obviously success for the women last year, disappointment for the men in obviously county championship. How close do you think the men are to sort of getting back to where you feel they belong?
Well, I suppose the general feeling is of disappointment because we were in Division 2, but if you look at the stats, really the second half of last season we played promotion level cricket. So I think we all feel that the men's team has the capability to get back into Division 1. We proved that with the quality of our performance at the second half of last year. So although some people will have been disappointed that we didn't get promoted, I actually felt quite buoyant at the end of last season, because I thought we played a lot of good cricket in 4-day and T20 cricket, and it gave us a real sort of platform to build on this year. We've strengthened the squad, and we're hoping that team can start well. Those first 6 games will be crucial. Can we get off to a good start and get ourselves in a position to get promoted? And then, the women's team were flying. The challenge for the women's team is to sort of continue the success that they had last year. Winning after winning isn't easy, but we will just stick to the process of trying to do the right thing day by day, week by week, and let the outcome take care of itself.
And obviously Stephen Croft in permanent role now. Just how well did that audition go, and how pleased are you that sort of someone who knows the club inside out is in that position?
Yeah, and I think your point there is quite an important one. He's Lancashire through and through, isn't he? And he does bring those qualities and mentality to the role. He worked really well with Jimmy. Jimmy was great last year, second half of last year particularly. So I think they formed quite a nice leadership partnership, and he's ably supported by, some real quality coaches. Will Portfield's doing a great job. We've just taken Kabir on as lead bowling coach. We've still got the experience of Carl Cricken around, and we've got a young Aussie called Danny Salpietro who's coming in to support the programme as well. So I think the coaching team around him is well placed, and certainly the evidence I've got so far at the winter training is that the squad's in good shape.